Good day, sir. So today I'm going to create the subnetting of networks activity. So let me introduce myself first. I'm Roles Testa Paneda Jr. from BSIT 3A. And now let's start creating the VLSM subnetting table. For creating the subnetting table, we must first identify the number of hosts that is given in the network diagram. So in listing down the number of holes is to set first the biggest number of holes. The biggest number of holes in the network diagram that we can see here is the PC number 6, which consists of 900 holes and 900 holes. Next biggest is 765, which is in the PC1. 165. Next is the PC number 2, which consists of 350 hosts. Next is the PC number 4, which consists of 150 hosts. And the PC5 that consists of 125 hosts. Next is the PC number 3, which consists of 50 hosts. Next, let's add the routers. So in router number 1 or the router 1, which consists of PC number 2 and PC number 5. So we're gonna put 2, same as the router 2, which consists of PC1 and PC4. And lastly, the router 3, PC3 and PC6 is connected to router 3. So let's move on in the network address, addressing the network address. So in the network diagram, we must use or we must assign the given IP address here in the biggest or in the first list. So let's assign that 102.168.0.0. So in assigning the CIDR and theta, we must base on the number of hosts to assign the CIDR and the theta. So in the PC number 6, it consists of 900 hosts where we can use the CIDR 22 and it has a theta of 0.0.4.0. So next, the network address that will be used or gonna be assigned is 192.168.4.0. So the CIDR that will be assigned in PC number 1 is 22, which theta is 0.0.4.0. So next is the PC number 2, which consists of 350 hosts. So let's create the network address 192.168.8.0. So we can use the CIDR 23 and has a theta of 0.0.2.0. So the network address that will be assigned in PC number 4 is 192.168.10.0. And the CIDR that will be assigned in PC number 4 is the CIDR 24, which has a theta of 0.0.1.0. So the network address that will be assigned in PC number 5 is 192.168.11.0. And the CIDR that will be used is um, CIDR 25, because the CIDR 25 consists of 100, a number of hosts 126. 25. And the theta will be 0.0.1, no, 0.128. Next is the PC number 3, which consists of 50 hosts. So 192.168.11.128. Um, the CRDI that will be used is CIDR 26, which has a theta of 0.0 dot 0.64. So the first router, or the router 1, will be the network address of the router 1 will be 192.168.11.192. And the CIDR that will be assigned is the 30. Has a theta of 0.0.0.4. So the network address for the router 2 will be 192.168.11.196. So the CIDR will be assigned same as the router 1. Let's just copy it because it has the same but different in network address. 192 in the router 3. The network address that will be assigned in router 3 will be 192.168.11.200. Same as the router 1 and router 2 for the CIDR and theta. And now, let's assign the first usable address. So, in assigning the first usable address is, let's just add 1 in the line. So, 192.168.0.1. 192.168.4.0, ay, dot 1. 192.168.8.1. 192.168.10.1. 192.168.11.1. 192.168.11.129. 192.168.11.193. Router 2, 192.168.11.197. So the last 192.168.11.201. So before putting the last usable address, we must um, identify first the broadcast address. So in identifying the broadcast address, we must um, minus one in the first first usable IP address. So in this part, we will get the broadcast address from here, and let's just minus 1. 168.3.255. Since if we set that gonna be 255. So the last usable address that will be used is, just copy it. It's gonna be 254. So next, the router ay the PC1 192.168.7.255. And the last usable address is 254 um 92.168 dot 9.255. And the last usable address will be 192.168.9.254. So next is the router or the PC4. Sorry for that one. Gonna be 192.168.10.255. So let's copy this. The last usable address for the PC number 4 is gonna be 192.168.10.254. So let's move on to PC number 5. The last usable address will be 192.168.11.127. So why did I put 127 in the last part? Because if I put the 128, it's gonna be the same as the PC number 3. So the available IP address or the broadcast address, I mean the IP address will be 127. So because the 192.168.11.128 is already used in the PC number 3. So that's it. So that's why I put 127 in the broadcast address of PC number 5. So just copy it. It's gonna be 126. So the last usable IP address in PC number 5 is 192.168.11.126. So let's move on to the PC number 3. Try to 192.168.11.192. Tama ba? So it's gonna be 191. Since if I put same as the PC number 5, if I put the 192, there's gonna be an error since the 192 is already assigned in the router number 1. So the available is 191. So let's just copy it. Let's make it 190. So the last usable IP address for the PC number 3 is 192.168.11.190. So let's move on to router number 1. 192.168.11.195. Same as the PC number 5 and PC number 3. The Why did I put 195? Because the 196 is already assigned in the PC, the router, the network address for router 2. 192.168.11 what 194. So the router 2 will have 192, the broadcast address 192 168.11 dot 199, and then 192 dot 168 dot 11 dot 198. So let's make, like, for example, it's gonna be the 192 dot 168 dot 11 dot 203, and the for the broadcast address, and the last usable address will be 192.168.11.202. So let's move on to the addressing scheme. So let's see the network diagram. So in router 1, we must identify the interface first. Sorry for that. Let's add the FA 0, 0, FA 0, 1, SE 0, 0, 0, S, S, E, 0, no, 1. So let's just copy it for the router. So let's assign the router 1. So the FA00 is assigned to PC number 2. So let's get the first usable IP address of PC number 2, which is 192.168.8.1. So the router 1, the FA01 is assigned to PC number 5, 125. And let's get the first usable IP address. So first, I forgot to identify the subnet mask. So I must use the subnet table that I have here. So in the PC number 1, the first is CIDR 23. You get the ball pen. Um, 710 CIDR subnet mask of 255, 55, that 255, that 254, dot 0. So while in the FA01 or the router 5, I mean the PC number 5 is 25, 25, assigned is 200, 255, 255, that 255, that 255, that 1, 28. So the SE, so in that part, so let's get see the SE001. Since it doesn't have an DCE, it means it didn't or he is not connected to a router. So let's get the last usable IP address of router 1. Let's router 1 192.24. The subnet mask will be 155, the 255, the 255, the 252. So next is the SE001. So the SE001 is connected to router 3. So let's get the first usable IP address of it. It's gonna be let's get the first usable IP address of router number 3. Let's just copy it and since it has the same subnet mask in router router 1, let's just copy this 255.255.255.252. So let's move on to router 2. So in router 2, the set in FA00 is PC number 1. PC number 1. So let's get the first usable IP address of PC number 1. Let's just paste it in here. And then let's assign the subnet mask 22, 22 to 52, 52 that. 255.255.255 252.0. So let's find the sign in FA01. So the sign is PC number 4 on 750 hosts. Let's get the first usable IP address. PC number 4, 50. The subnet mask that we're going to use is 255, 255 that 255 that 255 that 200 I mean that 0. I'm sorry, nalito na ako, sir. Nagtitingin po kasi ako dito sa netting table, nakakalito po, sir. And sorry for that. And then let's move on to SE00. So in the router 2, um, in the router 2, the SE00, which is connected to router 1. So let's get the first usable IP address of router 1. Three. So the subnet mask for this is 255.255.255.252. So let's see this SE 001. So the SE001 is connected but it stays at the router 2. So let's get the first usable IP address of the router 2. So first usable IP address gonna be the subnet mask is gonna be 255.255.252. So let's move on to the router 3. Router 3, router 3. So SE, DCE. So class A00 is connected to PC number 6, consists of 900 hosts. Let's get the first usable IP address. And then let's assign the 22, 22, 22 to 52. 255 that 255 that 255 252.0. So 190 FA01 PC3 50 host first usable IP address space it so 50 26 the subnet mask will be 255 the 255.192 so the SE um the SE00 is router 3 is connected to um route, router 3 and router 1. I mean router 2 and router 1. So let's go to the router 2 and get the first usable IP address of the router 2. So 255, 255, 255, 252. So let's move on to router, ito SE001. So, wait. So since there's no connection, we will get the last usable IP address of router 3. Router 3, last usable IP address. Just copy it and paste. And 155.255.252. And in assigning in PC 0, since there's no PC 0, let's add an A here. Um, save PC0 is not existing in the table. So let's assign this the PC1. So in assigning in IP address, let's get the first, I mean the last usable um, IP address in the PC. So PC number 765 um, last usable gonna be 254. Just copy it, paste it, and in assigning the subnet mask, 152, 922, 255, the 255, the 252, that's 0. So in assigning the default gateway in the PCs, we must use the first usable IP address. So it's gonna be for first usable IP address, um, 765. The first usable. So the IP address for PC number 1 is 192.168.7.254. So the in subnet mask 255.255.252.0. And the default gateway for PC number 1 is 192.168.4.1. So in PC number 2 consists of 350 hosts. Let's get the last usable IP address. Mm. So the subnet mask will be 255.255 dot 254 dot ni dot 0 254 350. So the first usable IP address get for the default gateway. So that's it. Um, so that's IP address for PC number 2, it's gonna be 192.168.9.254. Next is the subnet mask will be 255.255.254.0. And the default gateway for PC number 2, it's gonna be 192.168.8.1. So on PC number 3, 50 host, first last usable IP address, the 26, 26 inside here, 155 dot 155 dot 155 dot 192. So let's get the first usable IP address. 29. So PC number 4 is the PC number 4. One consists of 150 hosts. Let's get the last usable IP address. 30, 24, 155. It's gonna be 255, the 255, the 255, that 0. Um, let's get the first usable IP address. And then let's move on to PC number 5. I mean, I didn't one. So the default gateway for the PC number 4 is gonna be 192.168.10.1. So let's move on to PC number 5. PC number 5 consists of 125 con. Let's get the last usable IP address. So IP address will be 192.168.11.126. So the subnet mask will be 5. It's gonna be 255 dot 255 dot 255 dot 128. Let's get the first usable IP address. It'll be 192.168.11.1. So last PC number 6. PC number 6 consists of 900 hosts. Last usable IP address. And then let's paste it in here. So the IP address for PC number 6 is gonna be 192.168.3.254. So the subnet mask will be 22, 152. 255.255.252.0. So the first usable, let's get the first usable IP address. So the default gateway for the PC number 6 is 192.168.0.1. So that's it for subnetting of networks. Thank you, sir, and have a good day.